Welcome to Indian Tech Icon Spotlight, Silicon Valley chapter where leaders redefine the future of technology. I'm Sheetal Acharya, and today on the Spotlight we have Mitalee Gujar, who is an impactful leader driving complex technologies into simple, high-impact solutions. Hi Mitalee, welcome to the show, and it's truly a pleasure to host you today.
Hey Sheetal, thank you for inviting me, and I'm really happy to be here.
Wonderful. So, excited to get into our conversation, Mitalee. So, to begin with, you have worked with Google, Cisco, and now at Amazon. So, how has working at these big names, helped you to learn and grow as a leader? If you could share your experience with these big names.
Yeah, sure. The great thing about working at some of these big technologies is no doubt the people that you work with, the greatest, most intelligent minds from all over the world, but also the kinds of products that you work with and the impact that you can have. That truly has been a great learning experience for me. And being able to shape the technology and the future of the company, that's truly been a blessing.
Yeah, wonderful. And could you please share your current roles and responsibilities at Amazon?
Sure. At Amazon, I'm a director in engineering, and I lead an area called traffic engineering that powers connectivity for all of Amazon's revenue generating businesses. So you can think of obviously Amazon shopping, e-commerce that you and I use, but there's also Prime Video, there's ads, there's Alexa. And in order for this entire software to be able to have these services talk to each other globally across the world is really core pieces of foundational infrastructure that me and my team work on.
Mm-hmm. And it must be absolutely kind of very interesting because of AI, and it would have been an interesting experience for you to kind of work on these projects.
Definitely. I think the scale at which we are operating is truly mind-boggling. Amazon as a business keeps growing and keeps adding the business in new companies. So with that, I think it's the challenges are with respect to scale, security, and modernization of infrastructure. The infrastructure that's been around for over 2 decades. With AI, things are definitely, we are redoing a lot of things that we've done, taking a look at things differently. I have about 9 years of experience in AI, starting from, my time originally when I was at Amazon. I worked on Alexa technology. Amazon is a pioneer when it comes to conversational AI technology. So I was lucky to work in that. I worked at Google for 5 years, and I led a lot of their advertising products for small and medium businesses. And there was definitely a lot of AI used in that. But now at Amazon, we're seeing very different applications of AI, not just in end user facing products, but also in how we operate on a day-to-day basis. The way we write code, the way we test code, the way we write documents, review documents. AI is powering each and every aspect of that. So I think in a way I have seen the AI evolution, and what is happening right now is truly phenomenal. And I'm very optimistic about what else can do with AI.
Absolutely. And you talked about Alexa. So I think you worked on a project of bringing Alexa into cars, the voice assistant, right?
That's right.
So how was that experience during that time when AI was evolving? So how was overall that experience, and what were your learnings and challenges during that time?
Yeah, so Gen AI or large language models was not a thing back then, but we had the traditional machine learning, if you may call it. These are machine learning models that in Alexa we have voice-based machine learning models that understand what you and I speak, and then it translates into textual language, which we call natural language understanding. And based on that, you can infer the intent of what someone is trying to say and then provide equivalent answers. So it's truly magical experience to be able to talk to a device, and it knows the world, and it gives you information even before you have the time to go search for that. I think that's what Alexa was all about, and my role in that was to bring Alexa in cars. I think that was one of the best applications of voice technology because, like you say, hands on wheels, eyes on the road, and just use your voice to decide where you want to go or look up cool places that you want to go to. And being able to navigate from any point to any point, being able to understand how's the traffic looking like, are there any accidents, give me alternate routes. All of those experiences is what we worked on in Alexa. But it wasn't really large language model based. Now I think models can do a lot more. They are very sophisticated. They can reason. You can have literally like a dialogue kind of conversation. Back then it was just, I ask you, you answer me and try to give me like the best answer.
It's more intelligent now.
It's a lot more intelligent.
So, talking about the evolution that we have seen in the technology, like how do you see the transformations happening in, or maybe like in coming future? How do you see the companies will transform using generative AI or now like agentic AI?
Yeah, so with agentic AI, you can have many different agents being able to work in cohesion with each other. It's literally like real humans talk to each other and we make intelligent decisions. Agents are going to be able to do a lot of that. And so I think a lot of, some of the tedious tasks, or some of which, we just did simple automation, but still needed a human in the loop. Some of those things are going to be done by agents, and that's going to leave a lot of time for us to do some of more intelligent work that we had to do. So for example, when I was at Google, I worked on AI in sales technologies to be able to empower Google sellers to converse with customers using, AI, and being able to reach customers who they haven't previously sold ads to, or help them through support kind of issues. And AI is truly phenomenal there because it lets you do a lot of things at scale, talk to many, many more customers that you could, even being able to answer things a lot more accurately because, humans make mistakes sometimes, or in case of sales, like there's a new seller talking to a customer every 3 months or so. So how do you remember what you said before? Machines can have a lot of capability in doing that. So right now my team is working on some Gen AI based agents that are, I'm working in the connectivity space, like I said, right now. There are many, many different foundational services that a builder needs to understand in order to launch something at Amazon scale. So this is where AI is truly helpful, where, agents can understand different parts of the infrastructure, be able to collaborate and come up with like the best answer for any kind of query that you might have, or suggest the best possible next step for you, which previously it took like weeks and weeks of effort for someone to do it manually. So those are all possibilities that AI is making available for us. Not just that, being able to modernize your services and modernize the infrastructure. Let's say you want to read yesterday you wrote it in some ancient programming language. Today you want to rewrite it in one of the new modern frameworks. This will take several months and incorporates your busy serving your customer needs, and you usually don't have time to do some of these must-do things to modernize your infrastructure. Well, guess what? AI is able to do that for you now. You can rewrite things, you can test things at scale, and I just think it's helping all of us become better engineers and, being able to do a lot more than we could before.
So Mitalee, you have worked on smart campaigns for SMBs. So what is that experience all about? If you could share a bit about that.
Yeah, happy to. So Google, as you know, has one of the world's largest advertising businesses, and a lot of advertisers buy Google ads, and then you see those ads when you're doing Google search or, even on Google Maps. And that's what helps you as a consumer find what you're looking for. And it also helps the business have better reach, right, for the things that they are doing really well at. So Smart Campaigns was an effort to launch these campaigns to have a better experience for small and medium businesses on Google search page. Usually, if you want to be very successful in an ad, you need to know exactly, hey, these are the keywords that I want my ad to show up on. This is the kind of budget that I have. And it's a lot of tweaking the campaign to get the best performance and the best optimization. Well, guess what? Like, small businesses are mom and pop shops. Usually it's only 2 or 3 people running the company, and they might not have like all of the marketing resources or the time to go and write all of these ads. So why not make it very simple, very easy for these small businesses to be able to advertise just like the large companies are able to do? And that's what Smart Campaigns was. It was an advertising campaign specifically that we created to have small and medium businesses be successful on the Google properties.
Okay.
And AI was heavily used in that as well to bring some of that simplification.
Thanks for sharing that experience, Mitalee. Now, you have worked with big names. You have worked on some of the breakthrough projects. So what, according to you, is the definition of success, like in your personal life as well as in your career?
That's a very insightful question. For me, though, I'm very customer obsessed, and I want to make an impact in the lives of the customer, and help create a business in a way that it helps the customers be successful, but at the same time help your business be successful as well. And that's a pretty hard equation to achieve. Sometimes it could be at odds at each other. But in my experience, if you're able to make your company successful and make your customers successful at the same time, that's truly impact for me. I've been lucky to launch products that are used by you and me, like ad campaigns for some small businesses, or even the voice assisted technologies in the car, or powering all of the shopping experiences. I mean, Amazon is in our lives every day. And, being able to work on technologies that my family or friends would use and leverage, and seeing, how impressed they are with that, I think that definitely means impact and success.
So, Mitalee, when you talk to your customers, so what are the common challenges that you face when you go about talking about AI, Gen AI or agentic AI?
Yeah, I think one of the most top of mind things for customer is trust. How do I trust the answers? If you have AI in your system, how do I know that AI is giving me all of the data? So for that, how can we enable more transparency in what we are doing so that the customers can trust our answer? I think that's one aspect. The other thing we are concerned about is cost and privacy as well. With AI, AI has access to a lot of customer data, sometimes really sensitive information, and we have to have the right kind of guardrails and governance in place to make sure that one customer's information is not being leaked to the other customer, and vice versa, right? Be able to trace where all of the customer data is going. Last but not the least is cost, and this is not as much visible to customers, but as a company, when they are running these really large AI models, it definitely comes at a cost. We are running them in data centers. There's a lot of CPU, a lot of compute involved, and we have to have a lot of that infrastructure and plan for that. So I think those are some of the top challenges with AI, and being able to incorporate that when you're designing a product, to show the transparency, to have full visibility into the cost and the privacy aspects. I think that what not only makes a successful product, but also builds a lot of trust with customers.
That's a great insight, Mitalee. Now let's talk a bit about your team. You have a spread of team in US itself, right? And you have worked with global teams. So how do you keep your team always motivated? At the same time, you want innovation in place as well.
Yeah, definitely. So to give you an example right now, my team is distributed across the Bay Area, Seattle, as well as New York. And, I've had international teams in the past as well, in India, in Europe. And we're all working in different time zones, but we all have to constantly be aligned and know what's going on so that, people are not operating in silos. So my best strategy for being successful in that kind of a global leadership role is to give a lot of autonomy to the teams so that, you give them autonomy and you make them accountable. And that's the best way to lead them. But yeah, it does come at a lot of alignment costs sometimes to make sure that all the leaders are in sync. So as a leader, I pay a lot of attention to, setting the right expectations and communicating very frequently to them about, hey, what's happening on the business side? What are our priorities? If we are making some changes, why are we making certain changes? And to just bring the team along. I think innovation is also something that's just really, really necessary. The way I plan my teams is I ask all of my leaders to plan at least 20-30% for long range products. You take risk and they can be really high reward. And if you fail, nothing's going to go wrong because you're just learning and you're improving the next product. So I make sure that, while you're operating your current business and serving the current customers, you're also thinking long-term, 5-10 years down the line, especially with AI. I think things are going to look very different from what we know today. And so we have to plan for the future, and we have to be innovative.
Absolutely. And leadership comes with great responsibilities. It's innovation as well as, the teams that you have to take care of.
Yeah, totally. We've been doing a lot of hackathons where I'm at, and it's amazing. I feel like ideas should not only flow from, the top leadership below, but just empower folks who are working and building on a day-to-day basis. And it's mind-boggling the kind of amazing ideas that come up through these hackathons that we can actually take into product and launch them. And we've been doing a lot
wonderful
as well.
Yeah. So are you involved in any kind of mentorship activities outside of work or within your company?
I am on the advisory board of a non-profit organization. It's called WAKE. It stands for Women's Alliance for Knowledge Empowerment. And that is mainly working with a lot of non-profits across the world, primarily women-run non-profits, but they're trying to create a lot of social impact in areas like housing security or education or, survivors of sexual abuse. And it's mainly harnessing technology to uplift a lot of these social causes. So that's kind of what I'm doing on the side, but I think it's really fulfilling to bring in volunteerism and technology and really create a better world for the future. Aside from that, I think I'm always looking to bring in more women into the workforce, and not just that, elevate them into leadership roles. That's personally important for me, and I'm mentoring a lot of women, aspiring women.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a great way to give back to the community.
For sure.
So you talked about the inclusivity part. So if you have to give a piece of advice to all the aspiring women leaders in tech, what that advice would be from you?
I would say, life will throw many different challenges at you, but you have faith and conviction in yourself, and, you can prove the others wrong. And again, it's not about proving others wrong, but it's being able to reach whatever goals you have set for yourself. For us women, it's a journey, right? People like me, we come overseas, we leave our family behind, we have to establish ourselves in the workforce over here, and then life experiences happen. Sometimes you get married, some people have kids. Why does it have to be you pick one or the other? Why can't you be good at everything? So my advice would be don't be too hard on yourself. Women really try to be perfect in everything, and I think it's okay to be perfect in something, good in something else, and average in the third thing. The thing is you're getting better and you're trying, and that's what really matters, and that's what I want to see, that growth mindset in all the women.
So Mitalee, talking to you, sharing all the insights on the technology and your experiences, it's been really very inspiring.
Thank you.
Now, we would like to know the kind of support behind the leader in you. We would like to know about your family support system, about your hometown where you grew up, and, how was your childhood days were like?
Yeah. Okay. So going back in time, I was born and brought up in Pune, a city in Maharashtra. It's a university town. Pune University is pretty famous, and people from all over the world come there to study.
Yeah.
I did my schooling, my bachelor's in engineering over there. My family is, primarily composed of a lot of people in the medical field. So my parents are doctors, and, dad is a radiologist. Mom was initially an anesthesiologist, and she became a radiologist later on in life. And there's an interesting story that I can tell you about. And I have a lot of people in the pharmaceutical industry as well. My parents have been my biggest support and catalyst to my journey to where I am today. It was a choice for me, right? I had so many doctors in my family.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, it was but natural that I become a doctor. I had, the setup. I had their mentorship. In fact, I got really good grades in my science as well, and I got into the best medical college which is BJ Medical College in Pune as well.
Very nice.
But I just decided I want to do something different. And I definitely was a very analytical person who had been introduced to computers, did some courses, had done a bit of coding, and had already started to see how the world was changing through, there was Microsoft and Cisco were the big names at that time. But I just felt like being able to work on a platform that can have positive impact at a really, really large scale. That is something I wanted to do. And secretly also, I wanted to come to the United States to study more. And I thought it would be easier to do that through the engineering route than through the medicine route. So that's where I am. But had it not been for my parents, I think I would not be here. They never once questioned my decision, and they fully supported me and my brother in anything and everything that we did. My dad came from very humble beginnings, and through that he grew up, and he became a doctor. He met my mom while they were doing medicine, and for us, like, education was the key to unlocking a really great future. And so we've always valued education a lot. And we lived in the outskirts of Pune. Schooling was great, but as I went to college, there wasn't as many access to good coaching or good universities. And so my dad would wake up at like 4:30 a.m., drive me all the way to do all of my courses. Then at one point they decided to move to be closer to where the good universities are, so that we could continue our studies. And even to this date, they keep encouraging me and trying new things, doing different things. So my mom is pretty amazing. When she is an anesthesiologist by profession, but as me and my brother were growing up, it was a lot of hard work, being on call all the time, having to go at any odd hours of the day. And so she decided that she wanted to spend some more time with us. She did not give up her career, but she decided to switch careers and become a radiologist, or like an ultrasonologist who has a bit more control over their hours in the day. And believe it or not, I was in my 10th grade and I was studying for my board exams, and she was studying for her radiology exams, and we were studying together. But yeah, we both did pretty well. And yeah, so she was like thriving in her profession up until a couple years ago when she retired. And she retired from her operating role, but she decided she wants to continue to be engaged. And so she's teaching radiology now, and she's again like studying courses and giving back in that way. And I think that's very inspirational for me. Take what you have and keep getting better and keep trying and keep giving back. And I have 2 girls, and that's how I want them to grow up as well.
So Mitalee, let's talk a little bit about your, personal interests and hobbies, like outside of your work, what you like to do.
Good question. My hobbies have changed over the years. But growing up, I loved art. So I did a lot of like drawing, painting, a lot of sketching. And I was into music as well. So I studied classical music, and I gave a lot of performances back then. After coming here and being in beautiful California with a lot of nature around us, I got into a lot of outdoor stuff. So hiking, travel, those are my hobbies that I'm passionate about right now. Running is also something that I'm really passionate about. I think it started during COVID because, I couldn't go to the gym. So I started running. I'm a strong believer that, mental and physical wellness helps you be successful in everything that you do. And it just helps my day personally go better. So I'm pretty passionate about running. I'm not a long distance runner, but I try to do it regularly. I try to push myself. And believe it or not, a lot of my leadership experience is influenced by my running experience. It's all about setting iterative goals, challenging yourself, being very metrics driven, and knowing what works for you, what doesn't. And I just apply it to leadership, and I think it naturally helps me be a better leader. So aside from that, I think history is something that I've become really passionate about. Traveling the world and learning history by seeing these beautiful sites, but also learning with my kids because they are learning a lot of these things, which I necessarily did not always learn all of this. In India, the curriculum was different, but the kids here have a different curriculum. So we had some really memorable trips when we went to Turkey and Spain, and it's just standing in one place, you can just see thousands and thousands of years in front of you when you go to these inspiring buildings and know how Christianity, how the Muslim civilization came and how it changed over the years. I love going to such places.
That's very insightful, and I would say I talked about traveling. So what has been what's the favorite city so far that you have visited?
So many. It's hard to pick one.
Couple of.
So I'll speak of two. So in Turkey, I went to Istanbul. It is pretty populated, but it's a very vibrant, beautiful place with beautiful monuments. There's the spice market, Hagia Sophia, and those amazing monuments. So I really enjoyed my time in Istanbul. And then when I was in Spain, I went to this quaint place called Ronda. It is a nice little village up top on the hill, and they have a beautiful bridge over the river. And there's like a bullfighting rings, but also beautiful little hikes that you can go to. And I guess that would be my second favorite place. And I think Pune will always be my favorite city in the world.
Coming to that, Pune is always like being a lively city. So what about Pune?
Pune is so green and it's so vibrant with people from all over. Of course, it has changed over the years and it's become very crowded, but I still have all of those small hillocks, which we call tekris, where we can go for hikes. And every time I go back home, I make it a point to visit that.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing all those insights with us, Mitalee. Now, we are almost, nearing end of our wonderful discussion. And at the end, we have a rapid fire round.
Okay.
It's a very interesting and fun round.
Okay.
No pressure, but I'll be asking you some questions and would be expecting some quick answers from you.
Sounds good.
Okay. So your first question. First app you check in the morning.
LinkedIn.
Okay. Innovation or execution, what excites you more?
Innovation.
Okay. Morning commute, pick one. Music, podcast, or silence?
Music.
Okay. Classical ones already? Favorite singer?
I love ghazals. So I listen to Jagjit Singh.
Okay, that's good.
And I love Shreya Ghoshal as well.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. If you could time travel, would you go 10 years ahead or 10 years back?
10 years back.
Those fond memories?
Fond memories, maybe like redo certain things in certain ways or make certain decisions that might influence certain things right now.
Okay.
Interesting. That would be good.
Okay, that's good. One word to describe the future of ads.
Global. Power. Empowering.
Okay. And the last one. If you had to build an AI clone of yourself, what's the first task you would outsource to it?
Doing laundry.
Every mom's challenge.
AI to come in and take away those 2 or 3 hours of my life on the weekend. I would be very thankful for that.
Okay, that's a very practical answer. Thank you so much, Mitalee. Thank you so much for, sharing your journey, sharing all the lovely insights with us. And it's been a pleasure talking to you and we wish you continued success.
Thank you so much, Sheetal. It was amazing to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.